I think I may have one. Oops.
You're okay. You can talk when it's recording. Good.
I'm talking to somebody, one of Scott's great nieces, actually, about the skincare. She's got some issues with her face, and I've been talking to her today about it. I'm hoping before those specials over to hopefully.
And something that I looked at the other day, because I have someone that's been asking about the skincare line. I mean, 150 is a big commitment, but I mean, any of us that know when you invest in skincare, that's like a drop in a bucket for what it's normally, if you get the whole regimen with it. But the sample, I mean, the little sample, it's got little mini bars, it's not like only 2 of everything, but it's only like what, $34 or something like that. So that's also a great option that you may want to do for her.
Kind of forgot about that, but that's a good option. I'm going to send her another message about that one.
Good. Bridget, she's cute. Bridget Clint just messaged me. She's trying to walk somebody. She's like, what else in the 150 pack again? So I love that it's got everybody's wheels turning. That's what my goal was for today. And y'all, I mean, we've already got 13 orders in the past 2 days. So I'm digging it. I'm loving it. Very exciting. Again, thank y'all so much for hopping on. I know it is Mother's Day, and even if we just want to feel lazy, I appreciate you guys coming together. I missed y'all last week, and I was like, I can't go another week without doing it. So some of the things that I just wanted to talk about is I want to get feedback on our morning accountability that we've been doing. Jerry's been leading it and doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Terry Krakowski and I have been doing it on Wednesdays and Fridays. Dawn and Ann, I know you both are working. Are you finding time to where you can use one of the recordings to where that you can incorporate it so that you can and do a routine? Are you finding time to do a purposeful routine in the morning? If y'all would share.
I do in the morning when I get up, I do my I ams and I'm grateful, and I try to set a goal, but I don't actually do like the comments and the birthdays until either my lunch hour or when I get home from work.
Okay. But you've got, and again, it sounds like you've got a routine, and that's the most important thing, that what works for one may not work for the other. And I know Rick's not on here tonight, but he and I spoke about incorporating a routine, because again, he gets up really early, but he doesn't know if his day is going to start at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., or 8 a.m. So talking about like 10 minutes here, 3 times during the day to get, touching your business. And what have you found that's been working for you?
Well, I just, I post every morning. I try to post on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, just telling everybody good morning.
Yeah.
And then, in the middle of the day, in between stops, I'll try to go ahead and throw another post in there too.
Good.
Some days, depends on how busy we are.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. And that is why I asked and what I wanted to share. Julie and Jerry, obviously, I know you guys are incorporating that in. Are you finding that it has been impactful for your business? Are you feeling like, oh, this is just what I've always been doing, I feel good about it anyways? Or do you feel like you've kind of tightened up in some areas that you may have not been as focused on?
For me, I do it every day anyways. So
yeah, I think it's good. I've been trying to think about how you incorporate it if you're not doing it first thing in the morning, though. It's got to be kind of tough, but I don't know. It's I guess even if one thing I was thinking is it could be useful as I'm just going to spend a half hour working on my business tonight when I get home at whatever point, and you can literally listen to that, and it's kind of a guided work session.
Absolutely. So definitely try to do that, guys. If you would, I would love your feedback, truly, because just like Jerry was saying, using it as that guide. And even if you do have to do 15 minutes of it, and the wonderful thing about recordings on YouTube and things like that, we can pause, we can save it in the notes. We can save the file in your notes, so you can always go back to it, listen to 15 minutes of it, pause it, and then come back and do the other 15 minutes at a later time. So just trying to be purposeful in those pockets of time. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is, because some of, I mean, just like this weekend, I mean, I'm like, who all? It was Amanda, Melissa, Michelle, Dawn, Corey, Dawn, Sheena, Brandy, Amanda, Rick, Michelle, and Ann. You know, I mean, all of you had orders this weekend, which is outstanding. Some are new customers. Some are just like with Ann's, with Karen. You know, she had only been doing Restore, right? And it was hard to get her to even to start out on that. But after just being consistent and doing that customer care, you know, she has now ordered, and she's ordered 2, you know, for herself as well as for her daughter. So planting those seeds, even when you feel like, my gosh, I'm not getting any orders. My gosh, nothing's happening. You know, I can still remember the conversation, Anne, whenever we were like, she's not interested in doing any of them, but she does want to try the Restore. I'm like, awesome, let her try the Restore, right? So knowing that we're just planting those tiny seeds. So whether it is a product that they're ordering, just like you were talking, Dawn, you know, with the niece that's interested in the skincare, you know, keeping our mind sharp on the options. I think that's the most important thing that we really want to be able to do. And, you know, because we can forget about, just like that, going, oh my gosh, I really just kind of just forgot that there was a sample of the skincare out there. But being able to be planting those seeds. Oh, okay, I know it's probably a big commitment. You might need to think about it, but let me tell you about this that we have. So again, you know, you just don't ever know what it is. And I spoke with someone the other day, and I don't remember who it was that we were chatting, but I just shared with them, you know, to really think about farming. Our business is so comparable to farming because of the fact that we plant those seeds, right? We're showing up on Facebook. We're showing up on Instagram. We're making those consistent posts. And again, that goes back to our, let me mute everybody out. Sorry, I didn't do that when we got started. There we go. Y'all are obviously more than welcome to unmute at any time if you have something to share. But when we're doing those things that are our masterminds that we do first thing in the morning, and again, you know, I'm even talking, I'm not a morning person. I've always said I'm not a morning person. I am so much more a morning person now than I've ever been. But like now, Ron and I were just talking about how I want to get up a little bit earlier and I want to do some cardio. You know, I'm hearing everybody talk about this fasted cardio. So I'm like, maybe that's what I need to do. So just 15 more minutes, you know, just getting that extra 15 more minutes. Maybe it's not working out. Maybe it is being more purposeful about listening to that. I love that Jerry just called it a guided tour to do what you, with your gratitude, with your I ams, being purposeful with your posting, being purposeful with your relationship building, because that's our farming. That's our watering. We're watering our seeds, right? We're hoeing the dirt. We're watering seeds. Everything's it takes work. It's not just, you know, going to happen overnight. And then, you know, maybe it's next month. Maybe it's not until the next month. Maybe it's 3 years down the road whenever that person orders. But when they order, aren't you going to be ready? Aren't you going to be excited? Isn't that still going to be the perfect time whenever they do place that order? So following up is definitely something that I hope this weekend, you know, that the giveaways that I've been doing this weekend has really encouraged you to do those follow-ups, to do those reach outs, to do those connections, because I think that's where we get stuck. We either don't have a list. Whenever we do have those little pockets of time, we don't have that list to where we can just open it up and we can just flip to it and we can just get right on it. so we don't feel as organized, so that our timing isn't, welcome, Michelle. Our timing isn't as, did you get her? Hold on, I gotta unmute her.
She's gonna start it. She's gonna do the Thrive Experience and the Boost.
Woo! Awesome! Congratulations. We just need one more.
Thank
We she said, I know. I love it. I love it. Way to bring the energy,
you. I'm
sister.
sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I
I'm
love
sorry. I
it.
didn't mean to interrupt. I'm so
I love it.
excited. Okay.
Go ahead and share, because you know what, this is perfect. I segued right in by the introduction. We're talking about follow-ups, we're talking about planting those seeds, we're talking about watering those seeds, and then we're talking about the true harvest that takes place. So share with us this customer.
She's a very good friend of mine, and she's watched me for a while. She's been doing her own thing, and I've talked to her about it, and I've left her alone. However, with all of this going on, she's also been in healthcare, and she's been drained and tired and exhausted, and her immune system is shot, and she's very fatigued. She hasn't worked out since all this happened. So it's a cumulative bunch of things. And she started talking to me about immune support. And so I started talking to her about, because she still has other products, and she's like, well, I don't really feel anything from these, and maybe I should give this a shot. And so we didn't even talk about the Thrive Experience. I said, let's just try some Boost and some Activate. And then we started talking about other things. And then she started talking about fog, and she needs, focus, and joints are hurting. And it was one thing after the other. And I was just like, girlfriend, please just try the month. Okay. And then, then we got into, she goes, well, let me get the Boost too. And okay, let's try it. And she was all excited. I am thrilled.
Yeah, because guess what? It works. We know it works. Yes.
That's what I said. I'm sorry. I'm so excited for her, because she's been watching me for a while, and I love this girl. She's been a dear friend of mine for a long time, and this is going to help her without a doubt. I can hardly wait for her to start.
You know what? I bet Julie's sitting there going, I felt the same way about you. Right? Look, are you thinking and saying that, Jules?
Yeah, I'm saying to him, look at her go, oh my gosh, that's what we were thinking. She's gonna do it. Yeah.
I'm trying, but I'm just like so excited, because for some reason I have this fire and and it's like people are coming to me. I'll be honest, I started voice activation with all the follow-ups and a lot of the reach outs that I was doing. Hey, and I was just showing, in the voice, I was excited, and people have been calling and reaching out, and I am just so damn excited.
Great.
Michelle, you're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing, though. You're doing those posts, you're doing those follow-ups, you're doing those connections. When you feel stuck, you have I know you've been connecting them to me. I don't know if you've been connecting them also with Julie and Jerry, just like Deb. I want to brag on you with Deb. Deb had ordered Boost. This is a existing customer that ordered Boost, and she just didn't like it. She got it on the buy one, get one free, and she was like, Michelle's like, what do I need to do? And I'm like, don't have her send it back. Is she close? She's like, no, she's in West Virginia. I'm like, I'll buy it back. We use Boost all the time. And then I said, tell you what, let me send you some Activate. I don't like Boost by itself either. She was like, okay, well, I'll try it. She loved it. She was one of the ones that just placed an order for Activate, in some of the Plus Line products. So you're trusting the funnel. You're trusting the follow-ups. You're doing the work. So thank you for bringing your energy.
Thanks.
All right, you're good. I'm gonna mute you out just for a minute. So that right there, guys, that is the flame that I'm talking about. Those are the harvests that we're talking about, because it's not fun. Yeah, everybody's seen the farmers. We just went last week to visit my dad, and there's this beautiful Amish community. Well, they use no electricity, right? The only thing that they use, I think, is a generator. Everything is like hoed by hand, plowed by, those big old awkward machines, and a mule. Work sweat, tears, you know, I mean, the whole entire family is out there working that ground and tilling up that dirt and planting those seeds, and that is their livelihood because it is going to feed their family. And just like Michelle's excitement, she's excited to have a new customer, but she's more excited because what she knows Thrive is going to do for her sweet dear friend that kept talking about this mental fog and this inflammation. And she's like, oh my gosh, you just have to trust me. You need it all. So pour into them. Like she said, let them hear your voice. And if you're tired, get yourself amped up. You know, I mean, put something on that's going to get you excited. Maybe it's watching this video and listening to Michelle, how excited she is all over again. But those are the things that you have to do because, again, you are worth it. Julie kept reaching out to you because you were worth it. And you have to realize that they're going to do it one day, whether it's with you or whether it's with someone else. And we know that they need it. And we know that if they're not doing it properly, they're probably not going to like it. And that, again, is where customer service comes in. We have to take, what did Brett say about that he heard on that call that he was on? That if you're soliciting to sell just the product without the follow-up and customer service, it's like prostitution, right? You know, are you just trying to get that one hit, you know, or are you truly going to take care of your customers? Because if not, you know, why do what you're doing if you're not going to care for them? Because you have to pour into them because they're not going to drink the water. They're not going to take it correctly half the time. And those are the reasons why we have to show up and we have to continue to care for them. Again, organize lists. Having those lists organized, because when you do have those little pockets of time, you've got to be able to roll over there to it and be able to check it off. That's why the spiral notebook comes in so handy. And everything that I've listened to today, I've listened to Rachel Hollis today. If you haven't listened to her lately, go listen to her. This was like part of my Mother's Day present. I got her little purpose planner thing. It's like a 3-month thing. Man, you want to talk about getting fired up. She is just a little spitfire, but power in paper. Don't just think it. Don't just put it in something that's digital. We've got so much that's digital that we need to remove from that digital world. And we truly need to get stuff written down so that it's just so much more powerful whenever we're looking at it and we're writing it and we're owning it, right? The core 4 that we talked a lot about posting last week or 2 weeks ago, I guess, whenever we were on, because we weren't on last week. The other 3 things with the core 4 is your messaging, connecting with and making new friends, building those new relationships. And number 4 is follow-ups. So with your messages, I want to talk a little bit about it because it doesn't always have to be Thrive related. But again, one of the things that if it hasn't come up whenever you've really, truly back and forth had 10 solid conversations with a person, that's whenever you need to go, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't even know if I've told you about what I do. Have I sent you information about Thrive yet? You know, however it feels right to you. But if you've got a relationship with them, it's not going to feel weird. So again, if it has not come up and you look, again, I'm going back to my paper. I look at my spiral notebook and I've got 10 dates out next to it or 10 check marks or whatever it is. I write dates because I want to see, you know, whenever I'm touching them and talking to them. And if I see 10 dates on there and they've not moved from relationship to free customer account section or free customer account to customer section, I'm going to bring it up because guess what? If they say no, they're not interested, bye. I can still be friends with them, but I know I don't need to spend time on those people. Is that clear? Do you understand the kind of how we're going to shift through with our messages? At first, we don't want it to be weird. Well, we don't want it to be weird at all, but at first, you know, it's like you to them. That's where we say we want to end it with a question. We want it to be kind of like a tennis match, back and forth, back and forth. That's why we do those purposeful posts whenever we're reaching out and we're commenting on things. Again, this weekend, I mean, it's Mother's Day, whether they're moms or they're not moms, they obviously have a mom, whether their mom is with them or no longer, you're going to see people posting about it. Take your list of those relationships that you're building, connect with them. That's where those purposeful posts come in, because you start building that relationship. Oh my gosh, you were at the lake today. It was beautiful. Did you have a wonderful time? See how I complimented? I said something, I connected, and I ended it with a question. Did you have a wonderful time? Of course they're going to respond to that. It's not weird. It's not weird building a relationship and making a connection. Don't do the cold messages. Don't send the link. Those are the things that make it weird. But then truly connecting on, Facebook Messenger. Anyone have any questions about those things that we're going through? Nope. Good. Okay.
Actually, Lisa.
Yeah.
I have some new friends and, hi, how are you? Thanks for accepting my friend, that kind of crap. And then I get to the point where, have you ever heard about Thrive? And they say, no, what is it? So then how do you not make that weird?
So you said, have you ever heard about Thrive? And they said, no, what is it?
I said, have you ever seen any of my posts on Thrive?
Okay.
By the way, have you ever seen any of my posts on Thrive? And some say no, just no. And then some say, no, what is it?
And my thing is, if you've built a relationship with them, which is what I'm talking about, this isn't like second message with them. This isn't like I just made a new friend and the second message to them is, hey, have you seen my Thrive post? Then it's not going to be weird. It is like, maybe pull into something that you saw on their post. Again, when given the opportunity, 90% of the people are going to be talking about, thank God it's Friday. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's Monday. I didn't sleep well last night. Something, there's going to be a little, even if it's positive, there's going to be a little something there to where you can segue in there. And then again, whenever you say that about Thrive, just being able to go, oh my gosh, you haven't seen that? I would love to give you some information. Can I get your email address? Julie, you looked like you had something you wanted to share.
Yeah, the rule of 10, like Lisa Fuller, Kayla Fox, a lot of upline, they call it the rule of 10, where you communicate back and forth at least 10 times before you even bring up Thrive.
That's what I was just talking about. And that's the thing. I mean, that way it doesn't feel weird.
And using the word maybe at the beginning of a sentence, maybe you've seen my post about Thrive, and then asking the question, are you curious about what it is or something like that? But the word maybe, we hear a lot about that. That's all.
Is that helpful, Dawn?
Yep, thank you.
Because again, my thing is in transitioning, because again, it is you to them or them to you, and that's where your paper comes in. That's where your spiral notebook comes in, writing those dates down. And when you see those dates and you've got the 10 different connections that you've bounced back and forth with each other, that's when you want to be able to see, is this something that is going to be beneficial? I mean, if it's not, it's okay, but you need to be spending your time somewhere else rather than feeling like, again, even if it's a family member, even if it's a friend, you don't talk about Thrive to people that's going to continuously make you feel like it's a bad thing that you're talking about it. Why? We know it's amazing, but if somebody wants to have a hard time about it, then that's their problem. I probably don't like a lot of things that some of the people that don't want to Thrive with me do, but that's just the way that you just feel more comfortable. And when you have that opportunity, and that's where I like to go in through Facebook Messenger, and again, delivering it to them. And I'm big about, I would love to send you some more information. Can I send you some more information? Oh my gosh, absolutely. Okay, perfect. All I need is your email address. And then I set them up with that free customer account and I send them, you know, here you go, take a look. If you know, if you have any questions, if not, no worries, you know, and you can also talk about sampling. That's where you can also segue. Don't give away free product, you know, but whenever you can, you know, that's what those $400 promoter upgrade packages are for. Whenever we have the opportunity to give that cash rebates, you know, and things like that, though with the double and the triple and stuff like that, I don't do that just for promoters to just stock up on their own product. I do that so you can get product in your hand, in your house, to where you can sell those 3-day samples. You can sell those 6-day samples. If I give anything away, it's one. It is one pack, which they could turn into 2 days because we always do the one capsule, you know, one capsule, 1 day, half a shake, blah, blah, blah. We are like right now at our time. So I did have one other thing that I wanted to just talk about, and it's truly that customer service. Because again, if it's a customer service with a sample that they've got, if it's been mailed out to them, or if you've handed it to them, or it is a new customer that has no idea that you've worked so hard for however long to build this relationship, to make these connections, and they finally are ready to do it, you have to walk them through it. You have to touch base with them, especially those first 3 days. I might not say anything, you know, on the 4th or 5th day, but I'm talking to them, you know, again, if I don't talk to them on the 4th, I'm talking to them on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, you know, because of the fact that it's within that first 2 weeks. For 3 weeks, it's a habit, right? We've read it's 21 to 30 days. You are creating a habit in your life, whatever, good or bad. So those are the reasons why it's so important and it's so purposeful for you to spend that time and following up and touching base and having those conversations, because those are the conversations that they need. They need to know that this stuff is going to work. They need to hear you believe in not only the product, but you believe in them. You believe that it's going to change them. You just are so excited. You pour that excitement in them and you let them know, I am so excited for your package to arrive. Let me know as soon as it gets there. Better yet, take a picture of it and tag me on Facebook, you know, and they're like, okay, they don't know, you know, or can do a video. You know, I've got people that they won't do a live on Facebook, but I get permission of them doing like a video of themselves, you know, unpacking it or open it up or whatever. And then I'll post it on Facebook and I'll tag them. Michelle, did you have something to say or share on that? Nope. But those are the biggest things, you know, following up with them. Hey, did you, because again, guess what? This week, I know, Dawn, yours has been delayed. I know like Rose is going to get her package before her sister-in-law gets her package. I mean, that's been like the craziest thing. I had same thing, Ann. I had 2 people this week that, hold on, you're muted. What'd you say, Ann?
Yeah, we're out of capsules.
Oh no. Oh no. Is it coming Monday?
Huh?
Is it coming Monday?
Well, hope so. I mean, it was supposed to come yesterday, but yeah, she ordered on Monday. I think it was last Monday, and we still haven't got it.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen 2 people this week, and again, it's not been that theirs was delivered, but they're like, oh, they never put anything in our mailbox. She lives like really rural, you know, or whatever. It was in her mailbox. She just didn't check her mailbox because packages are usually, and it was the sample that was mailed. The packages are usually delivered to her door or, you know, something like that. And she was like, oh my gosh, we never have things, you know, delivered in the mailbox. So just the most important thing, we're right now at 30 minutes. So I just want to, I like to keep these right there so it doesn't get too lengthy for you guys. Pour into them, borrow someone else's excitement. If you're not feeling excited, but you know that you need to reach out and you're procrastinating and you're putting it off and you're not doing it, message somebody that's going to put your butt to the fire. Message me. I will be more than happy to say, you know what, you either put on your big girl pants and do it or you don't. I mean, it's up to you. But those are the things that are going to take your business to the next level. Being excited, What did Michelle say? She's sending more voice clips, and she's just excited, and she's talking to them, and she's like, oh my gosh, you've got to hear this special that we've got going on this weekend. Guess what they're doing? They're responding. They're calling her back. They're ordering. Michelle, how many orders have you had in the month of May? Because I know of, well, what's that make? 3 today?
1, 2,
Three
3
within the next-
today. I honestly don't know, girl.
Anna?
Please.
Anna and Sam.
Anna and Sam, Sherry, Deb, Lauren.
Isn't that a wonderful problem, guys? I want every single person to have that. And the thing is, show up, do what it takes. Whenever you feel like I can remember having the conversation with Michelle whenever she just felt like she was having a dry spell. She was just planting the seeds and planting the seeds. Guess what? It's all happening. It is all happening. I'm so excited. So, all right. We have got, Michelle, did that order go through?
It did.
Okay.
Yep.
So I will sign in and see if that makes 4. So, I'm going to hold it until we have our 5th one tonight. As long as it happens this weekend before tonight at 11 o'clock. Anybody have anything else they want to share or add before we close out? I'll unmute everybody.
Happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Aw,
Thank
happy
you.
Mama's Day to
Yep.
you.
Happy Mother's Day, Michelle.
Same to you guys.
Thank you, Lisa. Bye, everybody.
You're welcome. You guys have a great night.
You too. Bye. Thanks.